The first bit of today's guidance will be the first step will be emptying the contents of our mind, relaxing away from concepts about what life is, about who I am. And then the second step is in the absence of those ideas, recognizing what is still there. That's what I really think sets self inquiry meditation apart. Many other styles of meditation, it's all about emptying the mind to maybe experience some peacefulness, just emptying the mind, with an empty mind. It can even just be done through concentration. You concentrate your attention on just one thing as opposed to other things, you will achieve an empty mind. But what sets self inquiry apart is we become curious about noticing or recognizing or being aware of what is still present. What am I there as in the absence of the mind? When the mind is empty and there are no definitions, descriptions, judgments present, in the absence of all that, what am I there as? What am I aware as? So it's like we are exploring what is aware without thoughts about what is aware. That's really the difference. We are growing in the recognition of what I am aware as, what I really am, in the absence of all definitions and descriptions, all concepts. So let's begin. It's very easy to look at meditation as some effort you are making. I always like to look at it as a relaxing of all effort because, constant thinking about who I am and what I want and whether life is going in the direction I want, what's going to happen to me in the future, well, who I like, who I don't, what I want to do next, what is the right thing to do. All of this is effort. If you think of meditation as effort, honestly, this is actually the real effort. Constant maintenance of the personal self and the structure that I call the world and my life. That is the real effort. Constant interpretations of emotions and whether someone did wrong to you, what should happen to them, whether life is going the way as planned and what that means, whether you're worthy enough, whether you will find success. This is a constant effort. Meditation is a relaxing of this effort. And you relax this efforting by ceasing to care for it in the moment. We let our life not matter for the moment. Who we think we are, what we think we want, what we think should happen in life out there, what we think the government should do, what we think the country should move forward towards, what we think other people should be acting as. Like we let all those things not matter for the time being. We give no importance to such things for the time being. If we want to grow in wisdom, If we want to touch life as it really is, these things cannot matter to us in this moment. What happens to you tomorrow, whether you ever achieve what you want or not, whether tomorrow you lose everything you have, or whether someone likes or accepts you, even whether or not you gain more wisdom or clarity or self knowledge, enlightenment, all of these things you must become absolutely dead to right now is just an extreme way of saying care not for the moment. Relax away your interest. All of these concerns revolve around our idea of ourself, this person that I think I am. Well, who you are doesn't matter right now. You have absolutely no importance. Doesn't matter what you've achieved, how much wealth you've accumulated. Here, you don't matter. The opposite side of that, too. Doesn't matter how much you think you have not done in life, whether you think you have lived a meaningful life or not, or successful one. Even that is actually just a form of pride masked as insecurity and self importance. Even you, the unsuccessful person, if that's your judgment of yourself, you don't even matter. Stop reveling in your self importance through pity and insecurity and guilt. Empty yourself of all thoughts about yourself. Whether you like this instruction or not doesn't even matter. And who you like this instruction as or dislike this instruction as, you don't matter. Let go. Your whole history of spirituality and what you've been through, all the difficult times you've been through, and what you have learned from it, and how many years you've been on the path right now doesn't matter. The person you think you are who has gone through all those things doesn't matter. Your pain, your struggles right now don't matter. Your achievements, your triumphs doesn't matter. Not important. Revel in the absence of personal importance for the moment. What you think you will gain from doing this doesn't matter. The person you think you are who will benefit from this exercise, you don't matter. Let go of conceiving yourself of anybody as someone who has to gain from this. Take a moment to notice how there is always a desire for gain present in all of your thinking. And for the moment, let go of chasing gain, benefit. Become dead to these concepts right now. Recognize them as concepts. Always making life transactional. In the absence of all of these concepts, in the absence of personal importance, in the absence of the entire idea person, what remains of you? If you start thinking about what remains, you have already become the person. You can only think as a person. The moment you think, you take on that limitation, you take on that form, and you start chasing gain again in time, in the future. You've already lost it. Let that go. When you let go of the thought of who is there, what is aware, when that thought is let go, okay, now what is present? What is still present? What are you aware as? These sensations you call body, you are not aware as the body. These sensations are something you are aware of. You who is aware, what are you? This mind that speaks as the person about the person's life is not something you are aware as. This mind is what you are aware of. You who is aware, what are you? It is the mind which finds the mind interesting. Don't be fooled. If we keep thinking, we will feel that thoughts are important. Don't take yourself to be thought, and instantly thoughts are rendered irrelevant, unimportant, absolutely insignificant. You, who is the witness of thought, who are you? What are you? You are not aware as thoughts or from thoughts. You are aware of thoughts. What are you aware as? What is your shape? What is your form? Do you have one? Are you a person? Are you a thing? The thoughts which paint images of you, the person, and speak in the voice of you, the person. These are images, thoughts, perceived. You are not aware as them or from them, you are aware of them as changeful phenomena, which is not you. You are not thoughts. You are not the images they portray. As what do you know the mind? Mind thinks, body speaks and acts. What is aware of this changeful phenomena? this field of changeful phenomena. Only that which is aware can know itself. No matter how much the body speaks and acts and moves, it will not reach the self. All of its movements are perceived by self. No matter how much the mind thinks and describes, judges, it will never reach the self. All of its thoughts are perceived by self. You, who is subtler than both the body and the mind, what are you? Can we see that you are already that? It doesn't matter if you're new to this practice or been practicing for years. You are already that which is prior to, subtler than the world, body, mind, which are images in your seeing, nothing more. This is a self inquiry, right? A practice of self realization, self awareness. So you have to take your gaze, you, the self, have to take your gaze away from not self towards yourself. Stop looking at the mind, stop looking at the body, stop looking at the world for answers. Look at yourself. Look at yourself being the self. Stop looking at the mind that says how, when, why, what. Am I doing this right? Will I achieve this? Am I making progress? You're not that. You, who is aware of the mind saying all these things, turn back towards yourself. Recognize yourself being. The thinking faculty cannot reach there. All thoughts thinking about the self are perceived by self. You, who is aware of all that thinking, let go. Stop being so interested. Mind cannot offer you anything of value in this search. It can say the most profound spiritual scriptures and concepts. It will not help. Turn your gaze back to yourself. This is not a mind realization, it is a self realization. So, you, the self, turn back to yourself, the one who sees, the one who knows. the one who is. Be aware of your existence, your beingness, your knowingness, your awareness. When you know that you are, it is not the person that knows it exists. It is self knowing I am. Therefore, when you are being self, knowing that it is. This is the highest meditation, the highest form of worship, prayer. It is communion or union or being that which is. But the moment you step in thoughts, trying to understand this or gain something from this, you have become person and you have lost it. You have taken on a shape. The moment that happens, let go. So I would like to conclude this talk with sharing with you a quote by Nisargadatta Maharaj, and I'm paraphrasing, but it goes similar to this. He said, for the earnest spiritual seeker, there's really only one meditation, only one main practice: the rigorous refusal to harbor thoughts. The rigorous refusal to harbor thoughts. We can make it our main priority in life, just our main task throughout the day. Everything else, secondary importance. Main thing, practice being empty. Witness the functioning of life in emptiness of description, judgment, analyzation, projection. Whenever you find yourself thinking, no matter how important that thinking may seem, let go. Rest in the emptiness of self-image. Relax away from any form you have assumed to be you. You are not the body. You are not the mind. You are not the personality. You are not the preferences. You are not the desire. You are not the judgment. You're not the fear. You're not the resistance. You're not the suffering. You're not the interest. You're not the concern. Relax away from every shape, every layer of person. Unmask yourself. We don't just empty the mind. In the emptiness of mind, we notice I am still present, but there is no person in that noticing. It is not the person which is present. This is your main task as a spiritual seeker, honestly, especially when the teaching has already presented itself in your experience at this level of depth and clarity. Keep sort of returning here, relaxing into being as you are. The rest is not your concern. You can see that from here, all your ideas about progress and whether you are moving forward in your spiritual journey or whether you will gain something or whether you will one day become enlightened, all of these concerns only belong to the person you think you are. And therefore, you must become dead to all of those ideas. They will still arise in the mind, but you need to have absolutely no interest or care about any of them. It is only your interest and care and importance that you attribute to them that brings them to life and makes them seem important and makes them seem valuable, like they're giving you something. We can completely let them go. Just keep being yourself. And nothing is ever stopping you from being yourself. No experience is ever stopping you from being what you are. You have no other choice than to be as you are. So you don't have to become yourself. You are yourself. And you simply have to notice. You simply have to relax away from all these shapes and forms, identifications that you've taken on. When you know this is the main task of your entire life, not just your spiritual practice, this is like more important than anything you do personally all day. When you know there's the main task, then you can remain very simple and clear in your approach to the spiritual path and even your life. We let everything flow from this. And this practice is the source of all spiritual knowledge. Everything you wish or hope to even intellectually understand, this is the way. All right, let's conclude here.